あれギター弾けるの？いや、モテるために買ったんだ。こんにちは、ジャパニーズアモのミサです。Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you the differences between ために、ように, and のに. So they all basically are used to express the purpose. So you can usually translate them like to do something, in order to, or for the sake of. 早速、質問です。みんなは、生きるために食べる派ですか？それとも、食べるために生きる派ですか？生きるために食べる。食べるために生きる。ソクラテスは、生きるために食べよ。食べるために生きるな。と言いました。So, 生きるために this ために is what we are going to learn and it means in order to. So, in order to live, 食べる we eat. So, I eat to live 生きるために食べる and the other one was 食べるために生きる So, it's all confusing. I know it's even confusing in Japanese and English, so don't worry. So Socrates said you should live to eat, right? 生きるために食べるべきだ。So which one are you? 生きるために食べる派？食べるために生きる派？ Personally, I think 食べている間に死ぬ派。リンゴアレルギーですけど、リンゴが大好きだから食べちゃいます。だからリンゴを食べながら死ぬ派。And before we practice how to use ために and ように properly, there is another proverb in Japanese that I want you to know. 情けは人のためならず。情けは人のためならず。Can you guess what this means? 意味がわかりますか？ So actually, a lot of Japanese people misunderstand the meaning of this proverb. So first, 情け means kindness or mercy. And 情けは人のため. This ため means for. So for a person, for people, for others, right? 人のため. So we put noun and then no particle and ため. ならず. In the lesson where I taught how to say I can't help but ずにはいられない I taught you that this ず is the same as ない So basically it negates the verb. So 食べない can become 食べず and that can mean without eating. And this ず sounds usually more formal and usually used in writing. Or in classical Japanese, you'd see this ず all the time. So it's like an archaic word, right? So ならず could mean the same as ならない not become. Because なる is the dictionary form to become. ならない not become. So a lot of Japanese people think it means 情けは人のためにならない Mercy or kindness cannot benefit others. Or kindness is not good for others. Right? So it kind of sounds like this proverb is telling you not to be nice to others. Right? It doesn't really make sense. So obviously this is the wrong translation. What does this ならず actually mean? This ならず in classical Japanese means ではない、じゃない。So, is not. Okay? So, in modern Japanese, ならず would mean ならない, not become. But in old writing, it means is not. Same as ではない。So, 情けは人のためではない。So, this actually means kindness is not merely for the sake of others, but for yourself as well. So, this is similar to the English proverb, one good turn deserves another. the good you do for others is for good you do yourself. 他の人に優しくしたら、誰かから優しくしてもらえるということです。So it's like karma, right? If you do something nice for others, it'll come back to you as well. Okay, so what I wanted you to learn from that proverb is that you have to put the no particle if you want to put a noun in front of ために. So it's always noun, no, ために, and then you put a verb, for example. And then that means I do something for somebody or something. For example, 息子のためにお弁当を作りました。息子のためにお弁当を作りました。I made a bento lunchbox for my son. 息子 is a noun, so you say 息子の and then ために. This ni is required when there is a verb at the end, okay? You could also do ためです. Like you could end the sentence, oh, it's for something. Like you could say 息子のためです. Just to mean it's for my son. But if you want to put another verb other than this, you have to say ために and then something. So you say somebody のため. You can obviously put the name of the person and say ミサのために. For example, ミサのために日本語を勉強する. To study Japanese for Misa. But what you put in front of ために doesn't have to be a person. You could, for example, say for money. You say お金のために。お金のために. Like you could say お金のために何でもします. I'll do anything for money. I hope you wouldn't say that. Or for my health, you'd say 健康のために。健康のために. So I could ask you, 健康のために何をしていますか? What do you do for your health? What do you do to stay healthy? For example, I've been running to stay healthy. You could say, 健康のために毎朝走っています。健康のために毎朝走っています。And if you want to say only for something, you can say ためだけに. So you put this だけ between ため and に. So something のためだけに. For example, 一人のためだけにこんなに食べ物を用意したの? もう一回。一人のためだけにこんなに食べ物を用意したの? 一人のためだけにこんなに食べ物を用意したの? You prepare this much of food just for one person? So, 一人 is one person, right? 一人のためだけに. So we still need the no particle in front of the noun. 一人のためだけに. Only for one person, just for one person. So, ためだけに is important. Another one I want you to remember is ためなら. Nara is the conditional form if. So, we say someone no ためなら to mean if it's for someone. Again, it doesn't have to be someone, thing as well. For example, I could say ピカチュウのためなら何でもする. I would do anything for Pikachu. I use this sentence. 先輩のためなら何でもします. So this ためなら literally means if it's for someone, but usually used in this kind of I would do anything for you. So remember the formation. Noun, no, ために, verb. Okay, but now let's see how to use this ために with a verb. So if you want to say in order to do something, instead of for somebody, for something, like I bought a ring to propose to my girlfriend. In this kind of case, you'd use the dictionary form of the verb and then put ために. So no particle, okay? So to propose, it's easy. プロポーズする。So, you can say, 彼女にプロポーズする. To mean to propose to my girlfriend. So, in order to propose to my girlfriend, 彼女にプロポーズするために and then you can say, I bought a ring. 指輪を買った informally. 指輪を買いました formally. ために clause. The purpose comes first. プロポーズするために. That's the purpose of buying a ring, right? Another example. あれギター弾けるの？いや、モテるために買ったんだ。あれギター弾けるの？いや、モテるために買ったんだ。あれ It's like, huh? Oh, ギター弾けるの？ Wow, you can play guitar? And the other person said, モテるために So, to be popular, to be fantasized romantically, 買ったんだ. So this nda is the same as no, explaining the reason why this person bought a guitar. I bought it to become popular. モテるために買ったんだ. Another example. I'm saving money to buy... Do you know how to say to save money? We say 貯金する。貯金する. Just remember, 貯金! Right, when you put money in. 貯金する. So, to buy something. To buy, we say 買う. So, in order to buy something. 買うために. So, you could, for example, say 車を買うために貯金しています。車を買うために貯金してる。informally. Or, I'm saving money to go to Japan. 日本に行くために貯金しています。Again, the purpose comes first, right? 日本に行くために貯金しています。What about, I'm saving money to buy a car for my son. So, technically, you could say, for my son, like, 息子のために, right? Like, there was a sentence, I made a bento for my son. 息子のためにお弁当を作りました。Right? So you could say, 息子のために車を買うために貯金しています。And grammatically it's okay, but it's just not great, right? It just doesn't sound too great. So instead of using ために, just say 息子に車を買うために. So just like in English, instead of saying to buy a car for my son, you can say to buy my son a car, right? Or there is always another way around it. So when you want to say to buy somebody something, you can say somebody に something を買う or somebody のために something を買う. So if there was no other ために in this sentence, 息子のために車を買う sounds perfectly natural. But because of another ために, it just sounds too mouthful. So we change it to 息子に車を買うために貯金しています。Okay? Another example. 彼女に会うために日本に行きます。彼女に会うために日本に行きます。It means I'm going to Japan to meet my girlfriend. 彼女に会う to meet my girlfriend. 日本に行きます。I'll go to Japan. But if you've learned Japanese long enough, you know that there is another way to say it. I'm going to Japan to meet my girlfriend. You can also rephrase like 彼女に会いに日本に行きます。彼女に会いに日本に行きます。So here's another thing I want you to remember. When you want to say to go somewhere, to do something, to go somewhere for a purpose, we usually use this construction, verb in the must form stem, に destination に行く。会う is the dictionary form to meet, but 会います that's the must form, right? So 会 is the must form stem. 会いに行く to go meet. So 会う is the purpose. 会いに行く or formally 会いに行きます。彼女に会いに日本に行きます。Okay, before I teach you how to use ように as to in order to, I want you to know these two expressions using this ため. The first one is ためになる。ためになる。This word is so commonly used. ためになる basically means the same as 役に立つ。Useful. So ためになる usually means to be useful or to be beneficial or to be informative. Usually used about something that gives you knowledge. So both 役に立つ and ためになる are used often. ためになる is more often used when somebody gives you tips or somebody tells you something informative. So 役に立つ can be used about like chopsticks or knives, tools, right? But they don't necessarily give you any knowledge, right? Whilst ためになる is really like lessons can be ためになる. So you could say ミサ先生の授業はためになります. So you could say 役に立ちます, but actually ためになります sounds supernatural. I would actually be flattered if you say that. So hint hint. ミサ先生の授業はためになります. When somebody shares their knowledge, you can just say ためになります. Another expression that's very commonly used is 念のため. 念のため or 念のために. That means just in case. 念 means a thought, a feeling, a sense. It's not that often used, but anyway, 念のため. This expression is super common. Just like the expression just in case. I'll take this with me just in case. You can say 念のために持っていく。念のために持っていく。You could, for example, say 使うかわからないけど念のために持っていく。使うかわからないけど although I don't know if I would use it 念のために just in case 持っていきます。I'll take it with me. 10日までに届くように送ってください。絵を描くのにパソコンを使います。